Hey everybody, this is Perch. Let's do some kind of fun. I like when people speculate on I don't know, it's gaps in comics, or maybe it's the no prize effect, things that we hadn't thought about, things that may not make sense, or maybe they may make more sense than we believe. Anyway, let's look at this. This is about Superman's secret identity, and it's an interesting one. The premise, the subject line to tease you with is PETA. That's the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. PETA knows who Superman is. Okay, call me intrigued. This is a better hook than most of the variant covers that come out nowadays. So let's see what this guy has to say. He says, "Hey Perch, here's an off-the-wall comic book store-like question for you. Love it. By my estimation, the animal rights world, at least in Kansas, must know Superman's identity." Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm also intrigued by what the animal rights world in Kansas looks like. I imagine that's a animal rights world that also enjoys barbecue. I'm just kidding. Not at Kansas. Kansas is fine. Kansas is very flat. You know what? I don't need to go to that. I like Kansas. I've had good times in Kansas City, and I do enjoy parts of Kansas. But Kansas, I drove from Denver to Kansas City once, and holy shit! I mean, I swear I just went into kind of a hallucinated trance for like an hour and a half, and no idea what was going on. Just the car was just driving down the road. Anyway, that gives people a lot of safe confidence in listening to these videos, right? All right, here is the mail. It says, fact number one: Kryptonians cannot be cut or pierced by normal Earth metals. Okay, that's true. Fact number two: Kryptonian senses are more enhanced than Earth equivalents. That is also true. Okay, all right, you're 2 for 2. Let's see where this theory goes. It says, based on these two factors, we can assume Krypo, the dog. Oh my God, I just read ahead. Okay, are you ready for this? Sit down, folks. We can assume Krypo, the dog, was never fixed by any human vet. Okay, still got his balls. And that Krypo's enhanced sense of smell would allow him to know every female dog in heat for at least a 100-mile radius. I think everybody knows where this is going now. By the way, you know what? This is going to sound so cliche, but as some of you know from my YouTube channel, I posted a picture of our new puppy when we got him. The daughters were beyond. I mean, my girls cried when they got the dog. They're just like tears of happiness. Like, I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Name the dog Luffy because, of course, One Piece fan. But you know what? They cried. I didn't cry, but man, I was close to a tear when we had to take that dog in to get it fixed. I felt like I was betraying. You know, I'm a household with wife and 2 girls. Here's my beloved male dog, trusting the code of bro that is going to keep him going. And that was the deal of getting a dog. You had to get the dog fixed. That was the deal. And I just felt like such a dick. No pun intended. I felt like just like I betrayed this dog. That was not man's best friend that day. And every now and then he looks at me like, yeah, it's still my buddy, more than the others. He'll come and, do things, and like we'll play fetch together, but I'll take him out for a walk. And every now and then he just turns around and looks up at me. And what he's thinking is, yeah, asshole, you cut off my balls. I just could tell. I could tell he's like, one day, just so you know, one day I'm going to get a knife and I'm going to do you. I could tell. He's plotting his revenge even as we speak. Anyway, back to the mail. Okay, so since John Kent has superpowers, we must assume that there are also hundreds of white smiling puppies that can fly in the state. Wait, John Kent? Anyway, we must assume that there are hundreds of white smiling puppies that can fly in the state of Kansas and very few other places. All right, I see where you're going with this. So basically, because Clark Kent, Lois Lane, has an offspring, and that offspring, John Kent, has powers, we can assume that Krypo, who is breeding his way through Kansas, is creating lots of baby Kryptos, just tons of white dogs flying around, peeing on things, breeding. In a weird way, this would be one of those Elseworld stories. Again, you could not do this in continuity, but this would be a funny kind of annual. The annual, like, it sounds like something Mark Russell would do. Somebody get him on the line. He could do this. But basically, the idea is that the plague of crypto has overtaken the planet because the crypto is out, breeding constantly, multiplying everywhere. These puppies are out of control. They're everywhere, and they're just like it's like a locust invasion. It's you can't stop it. It covers the earth, and soon there's nothing but crypto dogs out just peeing and fucking everywhere. And that's like the end of the like I think that could be a real problem Superman has to deal with. Anyway, Baxterville says hundreds of flying puppies that fly the state of Kansas, very few other places. So Superman comes from Kansas and is likely living near the center of where the flying puppies are appearing. I know someone will say crypto is well trained. However, even well trained males react to females in heat. Wait until your daughters start dating. If you asshole, why do you have to put that bad juju like dick? All right, that's what I get for cutting off a dog's balls, I guess. Anyway, it says I guess there could have been an unrecorded scene where Superboy uses his heat vision on Krypto to fix him himself. That's a gruesome thought. But number one, I do not think Krypto would be as loyal if he had. And number two, I think Krypto's heat vision would have done the same to Superboy. Sort of a laser vision vasectomy, sort of mutually assured destruction. Thoughts? Well, aside from the comment about my daughters, God bless you, sir. That's the kind of that is the mail I needed for today. Good on you. Yeah, this is a perfect comic store question. So, I mean, the reality is, yeah, I think the no prize answer would be that Superman. Well, I mean, you could do it a couple different ways. You could say that Krypto, the dog physiology, would not translate to dogs. So even though human breeding with Lois Lane, it's like the genome's closer and it worked, but with dogs, it's he shoots blanks. I don't know. You could also make the case that Superman took Krypto to his super palace, the Fortress of Solitude, and fixed him. Now that doesn't quite explain, the whole, him doing it as a kid, as Superboy. But I think that leads me to my logical. Here's how I explain this away. This is what I believe actually happened, and I'm curious to hear your responses. My guess is that the Legion of Superheroes, having seen one possible timeline where the Earth is devastated with crypto puppies everywhere, basically knew that in order to save the timeline, they would have to travel back to the time of Superboy and Krypto, as we established they have, and surreptitiously used a sterilizing ray or some kind of 31st century technology on Krypto to prevent him from breeding and having puppies. And Clark Kent, Superboy, never knew that the Legion of Superheroes did this, in defense of the planet, which was their only option in order to save humanity. And so this is one of those long lost secrets of the Legion that actually went on. That was basically how the Legion of Superheroes are protecting our current timeline, even from the shadows. And one of those ways was, chopping off that dog's balls. So that's my answer to this question. I think that's probably how it went down. Nothing else makes sense. I mean, you could say Batman had a plan, but Batman was a kid at this point. I mean, he was too busy. According to Batman the Knight, being gay. I'm just kidding. Batman was off being a teenager. So really the only answer here, I think, it's as you say. I think either Superboy did it himself with his heat vision, but quite frankly, I think that would have been horribly gruesome. I mean, I don't know. He's going to make those things pop. Like you're going to heat them up like a microwave. Nobody wants that. And absolutely, Krypto would have retaliated and sliced that dick right off old Clark. Or, I think the more logical answer, the Legion of Superheroes took care of this. This totally feels like a Legion of Superheroes kind of thing. Anyway, that's my answer. What's yours? Again, bless you for this amazing mail. This theory. That's the kind of fun we need in comics. I mean, I know it's a lot more fun to talk about, this upcoming Rings of Power show and how woke as shit it's going to be. But I would, you ask me any day of the week, and I'm going for what about Krypto's balls? That's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, there you have it. Still not completely forgiving you for the shot, for the making me think about my daughters. But anyway, there you go. Let me know your theories in the comments below. Maybe you have something better than me. I'm sure you probably can. Think of something else in there. And yeah, like and subscribe. Subscribe to this. I mean, you could hear, we'd have ball talk all the time on the Perch Show. Thanks for listening.